tweet out. 1 second. I'm sick too, Mega Man. I'm sick too. Trust me. Boom. Boom. All right. Let me share the tweet. 1 second. Oh, I'm so sick, man. We should not have lost that game. We lost this game on the little things, and that's what's so upsetting, so frustrating. And we're now 2-9 in games decided by 3 points or less. And there's just so many times that we didn't have to do that. We slipped back to the 6th seed now. And now we don't even control our own destiny at this point. It's just gross. It's gross. It's gross. It's gross. But it is what it is, man. We're here. Let's get to it so we can get it over with. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound. Welcome to Postgame Pouting with I Hate Sean. This is Postgame Pouting. I Hate Sean, and the Knicks took a tough loss tonight, 101-99 against the Lakers in overtime. Not a game that we should have lost at all. I mean, simply not a game that we should have lost. Didn't make sense to lose this game. If we box out multiple plays down the stretch of the fourth quarter, and in overtime, the first 3 THT hit in the corner came off of a second chance, but like it just boxed out, bro. So many times, like finish the possession. We're playing great defense. They scored 101 points in overtime. We played great defense, clearly. We struggled to score. Randall had it going tonight, 31 points. Rose had it going at a point. It was one of RJ's worst performances of the season, quite possibly his worst from start to finish. Very upsetting. You know, those nights are going to happen, but man, that hurt. We didn't get much out of Reggie. It was kind of one of his cardio nights. And no IQ, no Burks. That was tough offensively, but we still should have won this game. Like, all that said, we still should have won this game. The Lakers struggled to score. They didn't have ball handlers. We put good pressure on them. We should have won this game, man. Like, this is bad. That could have been 4-2 on the road trip. That could have been solid in the 4th seed, going home with 3 games. Like, we would have been in a great position. We're still in a pretty good position, but this just could have been such a good night, and it was squandered on, like, just the little things, man. The little things. It would, like, if they came out here and they just, shot the lights out, or, like, we lost on the little things, bro. We outplayed them and just lost on the little things. But let's get to the comments. Mega Man said, "I'm sick. I'm right there with you, bro. I feel like I've been stabbed in the chest." Maxwell said, "Frank should have played every minute down the stretch." Honestly, we got great minutes from Frank Ntilikina tonight, and I honestly believe he should have played down the stretch. I was saying for Rose, Frank, RJ to be the lineup. But whether it was over RJ or Reggie, I think that Frank earned the right to be out there tonight. He hit 3 threes. He was knocking them down. He was taking them. He was shooting with confidence, and he was shooting well. He was excellent defensively on rotations. He was forcing turnovers all over the floor. I mean, not even just steals he got, but he was literally forcing turnovers just by being in excellent position. And, the hustle. Like, he should have been on the floor down the stretch. But it is what it is. I don't know. I would hope that he's earned. I just feel like we're a much better team if those 10, 15 minutes the Elf gets go to Frank Ntilikina. But I'm not going to harp on that tonight. I don't know. I might, because Frank played well, and what he offers us is something that we don't get from the other guy. Like, like the way that he was able to challenge Kuzma at the rim, the way that he rotates, just the activity defensively, and the fact that he can knock down a jumper. You let him get into it. Like, the other games he shot the air balls and things like that. He clearly isn't in rhythms, got whatever. It just doesn't excuse it, but you can clearly see he can shoot. Even with the air balls and things like that, he's probably still over 40% for the season. So, I feel like he deserves minutes. This loss hurts. Big task at hand, sad face. I'm right there with you, bro. Hawkeye said, disappointed. It's clear the next step has to be offensively, and that all starts with Tibbs. We will get swept if we can't break out of that ISO at the end mode. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Mega Man said, I'm not letting this get to me. We win the last 3 home games. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we still went 500 on the West Coast trip, and before the trip, we were saying that would be like a great thing to have happen. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just hurts, man. This loss hurts. This is a game we should have won. This should have been a really good night. We were supposed to have great energy in here, celebrating clinching the playoff spot, celebrating being in the 4th seed, and having 3 very winnable games on a homestand to close the season out on a strong note. This one here is just like, man, this was supposed to be a dub. Like this was supposed to be a dub. This one hurts. Christian says, so much pain, bro. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you guys can feel the pain I have. Like, so much pain. Aiden said, hey, we got easier games ahead. Must win. Yeah, we got to take care of those. We need all 3 of those games, man. We need all 3 of those games back at the Garden. We got to make sure we take care of business. Like, we need all 3 of those games. Plain and simple. Charlie said, I'm sorry, RJ blew the game. Charlie, you don't have to apologize. This was a really bad game from RJ, and if he gives us anything tonight, it's a different ball game. So, I mean, yeah, I can't. We got, we praise him when he does well. It is what it is. Tonight is kind of on him, right down to the last shot. That was just bad. There were 6 seconds when he got the ball. And, that's the shot that we got. He should have gave it to Randall. Should have gave it to Rose. Anybody, whatever. Or, yeah, that was just really horrible. That was bad. So, yeah, I mean, I can't stop even saying that. Christian said, my heart hurts because of how RJ played on national TV and now haters talking crazy. Yeah, man, like, I'm not worried about the haters. He'll be on all the playoff games on national television, man. RJ will bounce back. It's cool. Mega Man said, RJ gonna rebound, Knicks gonna win out. Yeah, that's the energy to put out. I feel that. I'm really hoping for that too. Jeff said, in 13 minutes and 50 seconds, Elf played the Knicks, scored 18 points. That's a 62.5 point pace for an entire game. How much more of this do we have to deal with? Jeff, very good points. Very good points. In Elf, it's 14 minutes. I know 14 minutes isn't a lot, and I know there's people out there, and I tried to stay away from this, but we're here. I know there's people out there who feel like, we're just too tough on him or blah, 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 but it's just like 14 minutes counts. The game has 48 minutes. So if you spend your 14 minutes offering your team absolutely nothing, you are hurting the team. Like, he didn't give us anything out there. He wasn't a defensive plus. He wasn't doing anything offensively. He was stringing the floor. We clearly struggled to score, like you said, 62.5 point pace for an entire game. Like, that's 14 minutes. That's a waste of 14 minutes. Like, he's not offering anything. Elfrid Payton literally contributed nothing to the basketball team today. There's nothing. And I try my absolute hardest to be as lenient and as fair as possible with him. I don't want to I'm tired of belaboring this point. I'm tired of beating the dead horse. I'm tired of beating the drum that Tibbs can't hear. But, like, damn it, man. Like, damn it. And I'm not saying this loss is on him by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just like when you lose in overtime by 2 points, you have to start thinking about every single minute of the game. And for those 14 minutes, he didn't give us shit. Like, that, he's unplayable in the playoffs, bro. Quentin said it. Like, Tibbs has to know he can't play Elf in the playoffs. He's not one of our 8 best players. He should not be getting anything more than spot minutes, and he really shouldn't even be getting spot minutes. He can't be in a rotation in the playoffs. Like, I'm just tired. I'm tired. It can't happen. Hawkeye said, I'm not a fan of Elf, but the blame goes to Tibbs. You can't keep giving him minutes after a season of trash. We should have won this in regulation. we're all on the same page. Yeah, like it's not all. I'm not putting it on Elf for real. Like he's out there doing the same shit he's been doing all year. It's not new. Like it's not tonight. RJ, this is a bad game for RJ. This is like this is a really bad game for RJ when he was out there. He was doing, Reggie struggled tonight. He didn't really contribute much, but that's more of an anomaly lately. But this is what Alfred does, bro. What he did today was what he does. So it's not really on Alfred anymore. It's on Tibbs. Like that's 14 minutes wasted in a game where every minute counts. And getting closer to the play, like these are playoff games at this point because we're playing for playoff seeding and position. So this is really the playoffs at this point. Like it's not the playoffs, it's not a 7-game series, but these games matter, man. Every minute counts, and I'm tired of wasting minutes with that guy on the floor. 62.5 point pace for an entire game. 14 minutes is a large enough sample size for that to be a significant number. Good catch, Jeff. Orlando said, brutal loss. So proud of the heart on this team, but we got to have better possessions at the end of games. It's not a good omen for the playoffs. Facts, Orlando. Yeah, brutal loss. Brutal loss indeed. Yeah, this team's got a lot of heart and everything, but that doesn't do shit for us tonight. So, brutal loss. We needed that. We shouldn't have lost that game. There's no excuse to lose that basketball game. We got beat by the little things once again. Whatever, it didn't focus. It's okay. Charlie said, I'm more mad that OSN is going to react to this and say that Knicks are trash. OSN, I'm not sure what OSN is. But once again, I really don't care. I don't care. I don't give a shit what all the outside people say or the Knicks. Like, the games are played on the court. Like, I'm annoyed because we slipped back to the 6th seed. I like being in the driver's seat of that 4th seed and being able to control our own destiny. Being one of my Heat fan friends texted me and said, "Oh, Knicks the 6th seed, like they were not the 6th seed an hour ago," and put the yuck emoji. But whatever, like it's cool. But as far as people talking trash from outside and their opinion, it's whatever, man. Like, we're about to watch playoff basketball, so that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on the next game. I'm focused on trying to close this season out as well as possible to get the best possible seeding, get the best possible matchup, and try to do what we got to do in the playoffs. I really could care less about people's jokes or slander or all of that. Like that, I really didn't care much about that when we were bad. I was kind of like, all that was annoying, and like I just kind of blocked it out. But now that we're good, like why would I care? Shine said we needed a third player to step up. Yeah, for a fact, we had Randall was working, Rose was working, and we really didn't get anything out of anyone else. Look, after that, it was really Frank. Honestly, let me see, what's the box score look like? Yeah, after Randall and boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We got 31 from Randall. We got 27 from Rose. Damn, I didn't 27, 6, and 6 from Derrick Rose in 39 minutes. He's really giving us all he's got. And then we got, 9 points from Frank Ntilikina. It's tough to win a game like that. I mean, we played great defense. RJ decided not to show up tonight. That's, those things happen. We didn't get much out of Reggie. Taj gave us 8 points. Yeah, man, that's tough. That's really tough. And I wish that we would have left Frank in down the stretch because he clearly was our third best scorer tonight. So, we can't have nights like that, but it happens, I guess. When you're missing IQ and Burks, those are really, because my friend's a Lakers fan. Like, we were all talking about it in the group chat and stuff like that, but it's just like, I was explaining, it was like, RJ's not scoring at all. Like, RJ's having a horrible night, and our other two scorers are not playing. So we don't have, Randall, Rose, RJ, IQ, Burks. Those are our scorers. Like, and nobody else is, like, Reggie Bullock can hit shots, but he doesn't create offense for real. Like, so if he's not getting good looks or whatever and knocking them down, like, But our scorers that create offense for themselves and others, like, we didn't have them tonight, and RJ didn't show up. So Randall and Rose both went off. It was a great performance for each of them. And on that last possession, bro, the last possession of regulation, or one of the last possessions of regulation, we went with a Derrick Rose and Nerlens Noel pick and roll, and then we ended up swinging it out to Julius or whatever. But like, we didn't end up scoring on that possession, whatever it was. But I don't understand why you went the Nerlens pick and roll instead of the Rose and Randall pick and roll, because the Rose and Randall pick and roll forces the defense to make a decision. You may get a switch. You make something. It puts pressure on the defense. When Nerlens rolled, nobody really cared. Like, they played a little bit. But nobody really, like, adjusted or, like, came over to help on that. Like, it didn't command enough attention defensively. I was hoping we would go Rose Randall in that possession, but, I also don't know anything. Bomber said, tough loss, but all mistakes are fixable. Late game execution was piss poor and awareness was bad. RJ didn't know the time, had no plan, and crucial Randall Rose turnovers killed us. I'm not giving RJ didn't know the time. You got to know the time. How can you not know the time? It's the final possession of the game. Like, you got to know the time. So, no. Like, and the time is up there on top of the backboard. Like, you know the time. But yeah, it was mistakes are fixable. It's loud. It's loud. It was loud when they said the stat. But we're 2-9 in games that are decided by 3 points or less. That does not bode well for playoff series. That shows that we could do better with our late game execution. Of course, we have some games where we have good late game execution. We pull them out, but we can't. Like, we've dropped very, very, very winnable games. That 2-9. Some of those 9 are some of the most frustrating losses that we have endured all season, that we've come on here and been really, really mad about, because it's like, damn, those are, and I was saying it since then, seeding is important. I was yelling it all year back when people were saying, oh, you can't be that mad, it's one game, blah, 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 why are you complaining about the rotation? And I was like, we can't afford rotation losses this far into the season, because when we get later into the season, every single one of these games is going to matter for seeding. And here we are, falling from the 4 to the 6 seed on one day because of percentage points, and not even percentage points, because of tiebreakers. I don't even really understand how we are 3-0 against Atlanta and tied with them, but behind them. I don't even understand how that works, but it is what it is. Lewis said, LMAO. Babyface said, y'all are way too negative. LMAO. I don't understand how we're being negative. We lost. Like, that's what we're saying. We said that we lost. This is a game we could have and should have won, so we don't appreciate losing it. We're not saying the sky's falling. I already said most of us didn't even expect the Knicks to go 3-3 on this road trip. I personally did. I was saying 3-3 would be a successful road trip, and once we got the third game, I was like, boom, we go over 500, I'll be ecstatic. I've been saying that, and we had the opportunity to do so. So, yeah, I don't know. We're not really being negative. Jeff said, Tibbs' situational decision-making can be so confusing. Have Noel for offense, take Frank out for defense. Yeah, didn't understand. Didn't understand some of that. Definitely, when he started the overtime with Taj instead of Noel, I was a little bit happy because, Taj is a little bit more of an option for us offensively, at least, on some of those roles and things like that. And on a night where we couldn't really get points anywhere else, I was like, I'll take him anywhere we can get him. Taj also was putting real good pressure on the ball, playing well defensively, so... Damn it, where did it go? Where'd the comment go? Hexagon Cat said F. I don't know what that means. Dia said, I don't want to blame everything on Elf, but I'm sure if you give his minutes to someone else, we are winning. RJ was trash and probably shouldn't have played in the end, even though I wanted that because I love him. Very well said, Dia. Yeah, I'm not blaming everything on Elf at all. This game is not on Elfrid Payton. But if you do give his minutes to someone else, I do believe we win because, like Jeff pointed out earlier, we scored 18 points in his 14 minutes, and that's a 62.5 point per game for full game rate, which is terrible. So, I don't know, and maybe you could just get more production elsewhere, and that would help us not lose the game that we lost in overtime. And box out, bro. Damn it, man. We gave up so many second chances in important possessions, and it, like, box out, bro. And yeah, RJ probably shouldn't have finished the game. I mean, I wanted RJ to finish the game, so I'm not gonna say anything against RJ finishing the game. I wanted RJ to finish the game. But I wanted Frank to be on the floor. I believe that Frank deserved to be on the floor more than RJ or Reggie, so I was hoping that he put RJ in for Reggie. But, it is what it is. Hawkeye said, now our fate is dependent on other teams. Disgusting, bro. Hate it so much. Nixon 5 said, pain. Feeling that pain, bro. It's very painful tonight. Keith said Knicks have been allergic to boxing out all season. Bit them big time tonight. Exactly, Keith. Very well said. That's exactly what's happened. In so many of those that 2-9 in games decided by 3 points or less. I'm sure a common theme in a lot of those games. I'm not gonna look into it because it just seems like a lot to do. But I'm sure a common theme in a lot of those games is that we got killed on the offensive boards. I remember like those games drive me nuts, and it's always down the stretch where it's like 1%. That Boston game, I believe it happened in the Brooklyn game too. I don't know if that was less than 3 points, but like, oh man, it's just so frustrating. Nixon 5 said, "Don't care, we getting 4th seed." I believe that. I still believe we're getting the 4th seed, man. I think we're gonna win out on this homestand. The last 3 games against the Spurs, Hornets, and Celtics with no Jaylen Brown. I just see us winning these last 3 games because we know it's like, the stakes are high. It just really sucks to have dropped this one, man. We could have given ourselves some extra cushion, extra room for error, margin for error. But now the margin for error has been minimized. So we just gotta lock in and make it happen. Mega Man said, if that jewel shot goes down at the end of the 4th, if we box out in that last Lakers possession, in the 4th, if we got a better shot at the end of OT, there's so much I can point out it hurts, bro. So many things, bro. So many things, so many different ways it could have gone. If we box out, the game is over. If we box out, we win the game. If that Julius shot goes in, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Excuse me. Man, but if I'm not even there's no point. But when RJ, I was really disgusted with the possession and what was going on. But when RJ was getting ready to shoot, I was like, bro, if RJ hits this shot and wins this game, I am going to lose every single part of my mind. So I'm upset that we didn't get to have that. That would have been crazy. Hawkeye said he on that bus payroll. Must be talking about, the refs are pretty bad tonight, man. I don't know. Even the travel they called on Randall down the stretch is honestly a huge thing because that was a turnover on a very crucial possession, and they came down and hit a 3 on the next one. And we had the lead when that happened. The Lakers traveled so many times, bro. So many times. That THT, he shifted his pivot foot 7 times in the lane. And then Randall is getting jumped and mauled, and a whistle blows, and I think he finally got a foul call while people are hanging on his arms, and he's called for a travel, bro. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, no way. It was almost like the NBA was like, nah, we can't have the Lakers this close to the plane. I don't know, man. That was the officiating was bad tonight. The officiating was pretty bad. But we still got to pull that game out. We shouldn't have been in that situation. Bomber said the tough shot diet from Randall is frustrating. I honestly think if we played Obi more and gave Randall a rest, he would have executed better in the 4th and in OT and no OT. I don't know. Randall hit some tough shots tonight. Some of the times when he takes some shots, I'm like, I wish you wouldn't have taken that one. But I can't say that too often if he hits a bunch of tough shots. The tough shot percentage is not 100%. So if I'm going to take the victories for the tough shots he does hit, I can't be so upset about some of the ones he misses. And I would like to see some Randall and Obi together. I don't think that Randall came, I think he came into the game with 7.5 minutes left in the 4th, maybe 8 minutes left in the 4th. And I don't know. I get where you're coming from. I just don't know. I don't know. Mega Man just said, just got a rebound. That's the message I'm going to push until the end of the season. The little things, bro. The little things. That's what it is. It's the little things. We got to take care of the little things. We lost because of the little things tonight, and that's very frustrating. The little things matter, and if we box out and rebound, we win this game pretty easily, pretty handily. We also let Kyle Kuzma kill us for way too long. That was disgusting. Just the thought of Kyle Kuzma killing us is painful to me. Boom Boom Nixon 5 said, good night. Hope you guys have an amazing night. Good night, bro. Appreciate you. Crying myself to sleep. Nixon 5. I'm also going to be really sad on my way to sleep. Oh, Ian, what's good, bro? What's going on? Laker fan in here, just enjoying the chaos. I love Randall, of course. Love all the former young Lakers. Hard not to root for this Knicks team. Tough-ass battle. Good luck in the playoffs. Salute to you, bro. Always been a real one. But yeah, good luck to y'all too, man. Salute to y'all pulling that win out. Rooting for y'all to win out, honestly, because I would love for Dallas to end up in the play-in because I still need them to miss the playoffs because I need that pick. It's pretty unlikely because they have a very weak schedule, but, good luck to y'all in the playoffs too, man. Great game. Jeff said, we learned tonight that we need to keep running our offense in these late game situations. Playoff defenses are going to force us into tough shots every single time. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And we need to, I feel like a lot of times we kind of go away from the Rose pick and roll. I know we pick our spots with it, but I just feel like we should let him do a little bit more of what he does when Randall is off the floor, even when Randall is on the floor. Like a lot of times when Randall's out of the game, Rose is getting out quickly in transition. After a miss, he's coming to get the ball and we're taking off. And, I feel like that would also take pressure off of Randall and allow him to get more easy opportunities. But yeah, I would like us to go through Derrick Rose a little bit more because I think that was what Bomber was talking about, the tough shot diet for Julius. I think that some of those tough shots come because he's initiating the offense more often. And I think that if Derrick Rose initiates, and like I said when we did the Rose Nolan's pick and roll, I said if we would have done the Rose Randall one, it just creates a lot more space for Julius because the defense has to react to Derrick. So I would hope that we get to do that. Boom. Derek said, honestly, I would have rather seen Obi at the end of the game instead of RJ Reggie. I'd rather have Obi shooting a corner three. Yeah, but you can't have Obi playing the three, though. That wouldn't have been too good for us. But I would have rather have Frank out there for sure because he was playing well tonight. John said, bro, still blaming Elf SMH. Don't you know Barrett played way worse? John, oh my God, I hate when you do this because you're a nice guy. That's not a point. That is not a point at all. RJ Barrett was drafted 3rd overall and is like the franchise player next to Julius Randle. He's on the slam cover with Julius Randle. He's played great all season. He played poorly tonight. He's still going to be a staple and a starter in the playoffs. He's going to be a huge part of this team and what we do. And at the end of the day, he produces way more. I don't even understand how you're trying to compare the two. I really don't know what you're trying to get at or what point you think you're making with that statement. RJ had a horrible game. I don't even know if I could say he played way worse than Elf. Elf didn't do anything either. Like, just saying RJ had a horrible game does not... We said RJ had a horrible game. I don't know how you didn't hear that part. We said this was probably RJ's worst game of the season. So what is your point? I don't understand. I really don't. You took an Elf stance to defend him from what? Because we already said that RJ had a bad game. So now you made a point and stated absolutely nothing. I don't get it, bro. Like, what do you want? Like, he played 14 minutes and did nothing. There's numbers to support it. He played 14 minutes. We scored 18 points. That's 62.5 points per 48 minutes. That's not good. In those 14 minutes, he didn't help the team. He often does that. He often doesn't help the team. There's a reason he never closes games. There's a reason Tibbs doesn't go back to him. We're missing Emmanuel Quickly and Alec Burks, and he's got Derrick Rose playing 39 minutes so he doesn't have to put Alfred back in the second half. So even Tibbs knows he can't play Alfred. So it's clear. So what exactly do you think you're making a point of by saying you're still blaming Elf? Don't you know that RJ Barrett played way worse? What does that mean? Derek said, late game offense was so trash. I'm so sick. It was bad, bro. It was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. Carl Sanford said, we good. We fought. We played our game and missed some shots. It happens. You're right, Carl. You're right. We played our game and missed some shots. It does happen. But like I said, the little things. I'm not on here complaining about missed shots, honestly. We needed more people to score. I mean, we got 31 from Julius, 27 from Derek, and the next person was Frank with 9. We got nothing from a lot of people. So we needed more shots to go in, but we're not even really talking about the shots we missed. We didn't box out. We didn't finish possessions defensively, and that killed us in regulation, literally to go to overtime, then again in overtime, and it's just too much of that, man. We needed to box out. We needed to finish defensive possessions. So it hurts to lose this game, but you're right, like, it is what it is. We move on to the next one. We got 3 straight at home that close the season out. They're very winnable games, and I fully believe in us to go out there and get all 3. And I think if we go out there and get all 3, we can still lock that 4 seed up because I'm pretty sure Atlanta or Miami will lose again. Ian, you're a real one, bro. That's love. Let me see. Dia said, I don't know why Tibbs loves Elf because there's absolutely no way he thinks he is a better defender than Frank. Only explanation I have is that he got something on Tibbs. LOL. Bro, my theory has always been that Elfrid Payton caught Scott Perry cheating on his wife, and that's how he keeps finding jobs wherever Scott Perry's at and keeping them because there's literally no reason to be playing Elfrid Payton at this point. And once we get to the playoffs, I really hope that we stop making that happen, because we are a much better basketball team when he's not on the floor. So it would just suck to start playoff games and waste time. Jeff said Frank with the best individual defensive performance of the season. I'll be really sad when IQ and Burks come back, Elf is still starting and Frank is out of the rotation. Honestly, bro, prepare yourself for sadness, because that's what I'm preparing myself for. It seems like what would make sense is to get Elf out of the rotation completely and give any spot minutes to Frank that are left over in the rotation, because he can at least come out and play defense in those stretches or whatever. So hopefully that's the way it goes. But yeah, like Elf he can't be the starting point guard in the playoffs, bro. There's just no reason for it. And I wish we would have made the switch a long time ago. I feel like we'd be a lot further along if we made the switch. If we didn't have Elf starting and when we got Derrick Rose, we stopped playing Elfrid Payton, we probably would have been a 3 seed. But I don't know anything, and I'm also not like a shaman or like a psychic or anything, so that means nothing. Ando B said, I feel like Tibbs had no game plan at the end, just a bunch of ISO ball, and that last possession was awful. Last possession was disgusting, man. Honestly, but like I said, we're 2-9 in games where we were 3 point, where we decided about 3 points or less, and a lot of our final possessions are ugly. Like there's not a lot of. I've been from a while. We haven't been in a situation in a minute, so we haven't had this conversation. But most times, like I'd like to see more creativity. I mean, I can't blame him for the fourth quarter one because we got a good look. Julius got around Anthony Davis. He had it just didn't go. But in general, like we don't get very good looks toward the end of games. It's frustrating. That's why I was hoping we go with the Rose Randall pick and roll over the Rose Nerlens one, like I said, because Nerlens didn't force the defense to do anything. They didn't react to him. Ian said, as a Knicks supporter, I would be comfortable with the Hawks matchup. They're not ready for this defense. Bro, they are not ready for this smoke at all. You see it. I'm telling you, the Hawks are full. Been screaming out all season, so I'm really hoping we can snag 4. They stay in 5, and Miami somehow slides to 6. Miami's got some pretty tough games on their schedule. I think they got to see Philly and Milwaukee to close it out. So, hopefully they can lose both of those. Boom, boom, boom. Bomber said they putting the Carlton face on my guy. He got to drop 50 next game, no cap. Yeah, I'm not even going to lie. Putting the Carlton face on him is kind of funny. Like, that's a good one. So yeah, he has to go off now. He has to go off because, yeah, that last play was ugly. So putting the Carlton face on him is a little bit funny. I'll give him that one. I'm nothing if I'm not honest. Jake Fish said, deserve to lose, no boxing out on defense, and never taking advantage of late offensive possessions. Hate it. Hate it, bro. Hate it. We really, like, if we box out, we win this game. I'm tired of saying that. Guys got to box out. Also, I miss Mitchell Robinson so much. So much, man. We love Nerlens. He's been great for us. He's really held it down, but he is not Mitchell Robinson. And, a couple times early in the game, the hands were an issue. I just hope that we're able to get Mitchell Robinson back for the playoffs. And, hopefully we get IQ and Burks back for this. I missed Emmanuel quickly so much tonight, man. On a night we struggled to score and couldn't find offense, oh my goodness, did I miss Emmanuel quickly. Sean said, quickly would have played well in this game, really missing him. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even see that before I said that. I swear, right there, just like that. Exactly. He would have been huge tonight. He would have been huge. Ian said, last comment, I understand the traveling complaints, but the Knicks just went ice cold from 7 minutes and 13 in the fourth. Both defenses battled. I wouldn't say the refs cost y'all the game, but I understand it. You're right, Ian, because I'm not saying the refs cost us the game. I'm just saying they were bad, and I really, really hated that travel call on Julius. I feel like it was too late in the game to call a travel like that when you weren't calling that on the other end. But I wouldn't say the refs lost us the game. I just think they were bad. I think they were pretty bad on both ends. At one point, I was getting ready to say something about how they were bad, because I think there was a lot of contact on the Julius drive, and then like Julius kind of pushed Anthony Davis off for a rebound and didn't call anything, so I just kind of put the phone down, like, well, 1 for 1. So, but yeah, they just weren't great. Like overall, they weren't that good. Even when they called the KCP block a goaltend, I saw that and I was like, that looked pretty clean. But it is what it is. But no, I wouldn't say they cost us the game completely. We lost. We didn't box out. The little things cost us the game, not the rest. Hawkeye said, how long is IQ out for? I think Tibbs said he expects them both to be ready to go for the homestand. So I'm praying. Maybe they just didn't play. Like, and the announcers tonight said that he was going before the game and did a full workout and looked good. So, please need him back. Jeff said, positive spin. RJ worst game of the season. Reggie missed a ton of good looks. Rose won for his last 9 to end the game, and we were still right there. We're gonna be a tough out for anyone. Definitely gonna be a tough out for anyone. We knew that. We got that is relieving, but I'd rather be a tough out for the Atlanta Hawks than for the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round. So I really, really needed us to snag this one tonight, man. But yeah, you're right though. You're right. Gonna be a tough out for sure. This is about as bad a game as we could have played outside of Randall and Rose struggled down the stretch. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It happens. It really hurt. This game hurt. Hawkeye said, we need him if we want to combat teams shutting down Rose and Randall. IQ? Yeah, exactly. We're definitely going to need IQ, man. He's going to be huge for us. So I really hope that he's okay and able to be right back because, yeah, we need him badly. Like, he would have really lifted our scoring tonight easily. Derek said, IDK how we're going to get the 4-5 at this point, just hoping Westbrook goes crazy and the Sixers and Bucks smoke the Heat. Yeah, Sixers and Bucks got to smoke the Heat, man. And I'm so sick about the Wizards losing that game last night. Russ put up a 3 with like 4 seconds left and down 1. I was like, oh, bro, come on, please. Come on, Brody. On a night you made history, you couldn't just get the win for me against the Hawks. But hey, boom. Sean said, watching THT hit a game winner over D-Rose is a real idol become rival moment. Yo, it is pretty cool, I guess. But like, I wish it was the other. And it was crazy because D-Rose pressured him when he guarded him full court, and he pressured him, made him turn the ball over, and then tracked it down. That was a huge play. So just for us to squander that away, because that was the play. Yeah, after that, then he came down and they called the travel on Randall, and it was like, really? That was crazy, man. That was crazy. Bomber said, in theory, I understand why he put in RJ. Ball was sticking too much with Randall and Rose down the stretch, but that's coaching. Can't preach team basketball, but down the stretch, nothing but tough loss. I understand why he put in RJ too. Like I said, I wanted RJ to be in the game. I just think that Frank should have been on the floor. I think that Frank should have stayed on the floor instead of Reggie. And if you wanted to keep Reggie on the floor because he was already out there, I think Frank should have stayed out there. I just think that Frank was playing well and he was shooting well, and nobody else was. Outside of Randall and Rose, we weren't getting anything from anybody, really. So the fact that Frank was hitting shots and also defending really well, he just should have been on the court this game. Am I going to scream about it? No, but I feel like he should have been on the court. I think we win this game if Frank stays in the game. And I know there's people out there who hate anything positive said about Frank, so they're going to be like, oh, you guys. But truthfully, he spaced the floor well. He was knocking down shots. He was shooting with confidence. And he was making plays on the defensive. He made so many plays on defense tonight, bro. Don't look at the box score. He made so many plays defensively. He rotated so well. He put so much pressure on people. He forced turnovers. Like, he was amazing defensively tonight. Aiden said, I know it might not be the night for Alfred slander, but RJ shot 2 for 13, over 7 from 3, and still had a better plus minus than Alfred. Don't get how that's even possible. Plus minus isn't the end all be all, but I mean, hey, Alfred does have the worst plus minus of any of our guards. Alfred gave us nothing. That's why I was wondering how that comment was made earlier. Boom. Ando said, when we need buckets, we just put the ball in Randall's hands, and if that doesn't work, we're screwed. Gonna be tough to get wins like that in the playoffs. Exactly, man. I just need to see more creativity down the stretch offensively. Because, yeah, if it doesn't work, we become screwed, and we need to figure out some other things. We need to have even more creative ways to make that happen and get him some better looks instead of just having him go at the entire defense. But, Bodega said, we beat ourselves tonight. That's a fact. We definitely did. The little things, once again, we beat ourselves for sure. That game shouldn't have even gone to overtime. We should have won that game in regulation. Ryan said, Payne, right there with you, bro. Bomber said that last play in regulation was good because it got Randall going downhill. We need more plays like that down the stretch instead of the clear out. Yeah, Bomber, like I said, I don't have any qualms about that fourth quarter, last play of the fourth quarter, because Randall got going downhill. He got a step on AD. He had a good look. Like, it is what it is. That worked out. Ando said, I just feel like we win this game with Mitch. Could have secured some important rebounds we totally fell asleep on. Yeah, Mitch is going to make a huge difference when he gets back, man. So I hope he gets back as soon as possible. I miss him a whole lot, and he would definitely help in those situations. Um, Babyface said we dropped one in a grueling road trip. Pick your head up, champ. I'm with you, bro. I'm there. Like I'm not too down. Like it's just disappointing because it's one, and it's there's been a few of these games this year, but it's just on a game where we should have won it for what these games cost in the standings and for what's at stake, and for I game one in the Garden is all that's on my mind. I want home court advantage in the playoffs. I believe that we're capable of getting it, and I also want that 4-5 matchup because I want to have the 4-5 and get a winnable series that we can go take, and then get that second round matchup with Philly because I think that could possibly be food in the 7-game series. So this is upsetting. It is what it is, but I'm not. 3-3 on the road trip. Like I said, it's still a successful trip. It is what it is. Go home, take care of business. Don't let any slip away. But it's just the way that tonight slipped away. That's why you want to increase the margin for error. That's why you want to take care of games like tonight, because any night something could happen. We can come out against the Spurs, come out flat, whatever. I don't want to speak anything into existence, but you just got to take care of what you can. You got to eat your food while it's on the plate. So I just hate leaving food on the plate. Dia said, I don't know if this is facts, but we were very good rebounding before Mitch got injured. We really need him on those boards. Mitch makes a huge difference on the boards, on both ends of the floor. He was one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA while he was around. And not only does he get offensive rebounds, he can finish off the offensive rebounds as well. Like he finished a lot of those, or he makes good kickouts off of them. So it creates a lot of offense. He has a lot of gravity as a roll man that we're not getting from those other two centers. I shouldn't say those other two centers, but Noel and Taj. I just didn't want to, sound like I was disrespecting guys by name. I'm not saying that. It's just that's what Mitch offers, and that's what we don't get from them. And also, the size, the height, we need Mitch back, man. It would be nice. Boom, boom, boom. Ricky B said, bro, the ball movement stopped late in the fourth and OT. It did. It became a lot of ISO, man. I don't like that. We moved the ball so beautifully. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like I wish we could kind of let Rose play the way he does when Randall's all on the bench, while Randall's in the game, at least in stretches or at least in times, because I feel like the ball moves really well when Rose is out there with that second lineup, because they get out in transition, they're pushing, they're, whatever. And I feel like it would take a lot of pressure off Randall if he was able to play off of Rose like that sometimes. Boom, boom, boom. Hawkeye said, this is post-game pouting, man. We supposed to be happy after a loss. Yeah, it is post-game pouting. So, I mean, that's kind of the tune of things. That's how it goes. Yeah, you talking about the refs. I get it. Bomber said, with these games being so crucial, but Tibbs still starting Peyton, doesn't give me confidence come playoff time. If we play in ATL, we start in every game down 10. Yo, I really, 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 really hope I don't have to watch Alfred Payton start in the playoffs, man, because I get really, I have PTSD over certain things, or not even. I will never forgive Mike D'Antoni for leaving Jared Jeffries on the floor in that one playoff game in Boston. I think it was game 2, where Melo had 42, 17, and 6, and we were down by 1, and we had called a timeout, and I was like, yo, when we come out of this timeout, Jared Jeffries shouldn't be on the floor. You just put Sean Williams in the game, put him in the corner, because we only need offense right now. Jared Jeffries provides nothing offensively. And then what happens? We come out of the timeout, Jared Jeffries is on the floor. They double Melo. Melo drops it to Jared Jeffries for a layup on his way to the basket. He drops the ball out of bounds off his foot. We lose the game. I haven't gotten over that. That was 9 years ago. So it's just I don't want to have to go through that in the playoffs this year. I don't want to have to spend the rest of my life thinking, what could we have done in the playoffs that year if we didn't have Alfred Payton starting? I really hope that doesn't have to happen. Boom, boom, boom. Ricky B said, last 2 offensive possessions for the Knicks had me sick. Bro, so sick. We could have done so much better with that. Jeff said, thanks for always doing the show, and even on a brutal night like tonight, this Knicks team has bounced back all year. We'll come out ready Thursday night. Hey, man, thank y'all for doing this with me even on a brutal night like tonight. After that game, I was down. I was like, damn, man. I got on here. I was damn near probably on the verge of tears. Not real tears, but I was just sad. So it's I know that everybody, it's a late game. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and y'all are here. You could have been anywhere in the world, and look where you are. That's amazing. So shout out to y'all for real. Thank you so much. You make it a whole lot of fun to do this. It's really an honor and still a dream come true, even on nights like tonight where it's kind of rough. And that's all from me and on behalf of TKW, man. We really appreciate y'all. And I say that every episode, but I have to make sure that I say it because it's very true, and I want to make sure it never goes understated. Y'all are amazing, and we love y'all for real. Facts. Salute to you, Hawkeye. William said, blame it on the rain, blame it on the stars. They did shine that night. Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you. Gave up too many rebounds to win. Was that a song? That seemed like it flowed. But yeah, we definitely gave up too many rebounds to win, man. We gave up too many rebounds to win. Plain and simple. The little things. Like we said. Can't win a game like that. Hawkeye says, salute to Sean and y'all for coming through. We still here. Hey, man, we still here. 10 toes. Every single one of us. They can't handle it. Win or lose. Boom, boom, boom. Bodega said we need to generate more points from the center position. Yeah, man, it's tough to get offense out of them. I hope Mitch comes back soon. And like I said, I hope we try Randall Obi lineups at some point. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Peyton said, the amount of ISO this team plays down the stretch is killing us too. Yeah, we've got to have more creative possessions down the stretch. We got to have the ball. We got to have better ball movement down the stretch. The ball moves so beautifully sometimes. So the ball movement so beautifully sometimes for us. And what we see when it happens makes it very, very apparent when the ball isn't moving like that. And I understand, I guess, a little bit on a night like tonight because nobody really had it going offensively. So maybe the guys who had it felt like they had to push a little more. German D. Leon said, Lakers win, LOL. Congratulations. Very insightful comment. Derek said, these final 3 games are all must-wins if we want to make it out of the first round. Yeah, I need these games, man. I need every single one of these. We got to end 3-0. I feel like if we win out, we definitely get the 4 seed. I feel like neither Atlanta or Miami is going to win out. We're tied with them right now, so if we just win out, we can take care of business and get that 4 seed and lock it in. I need that 4 seed. Game 1 in the Garden. Need it. Please come back, Mitch. Please. Appreciate you being here even after such an ugly loss and so late at night. Whatever, on to the next one. Once again, appreciate y'all being here after such an ugly loss and so late at night. But yeah, on to the next one, man. As we've been all year. After wins, after losses, still got to move on to the next one. Take care of business. We got the Spurs on Thursday. Smack the shit out of them. Mega Man said, honestly, why cry now? What's done is done. I feel good about this team still. We still going up in the playoffs. Yeah, we're not crying. We still going up in the playoffs for sure. What's done is done. It is. We're moving on. The Spurs about to get the shit smacked out of them. The Hornets are about to get the shit smacked out of them. We're going to stomp the Celtics. Boom, boom, boom. Nick said, yeah, man, I got nothing to say. Just hurts. We are a good team. We'll be back Thursday. Let's go Knicks. Exactly. We'll be right back. It is what it is. I'm sure the guys are upset at themselves, but moving on, next game mentality. They got to focus. Got to be locked in. Can't let these last 3 games slip, any one of them. So got to lock in and move on. Ryan said, I'm sad. You and I both, Ryan. I'm right there with you. I'm so sorry. GOMKIGD. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what to read that as. But Def would have won in regulation if we secured rebounds. Exactly. If we would have just put a body on somebody and boxed out, we would have been doing a post-game prosperity celebration like an hour ago. Boom. Matthew said that double team on Randall sealed the deal. They need guys around him. I still don't understand how that was called to travel. I believe the people were hanging on his arms and he didn't even really move his pivot foot. And it's like with the scale, like the threshold, like the amount of travels on the other side, and then for that one to be called at that time in the game, that juncture in the game was just kind of wild to me. But Donnie said, let's go Knicks. You know what it is. Let's go Knicks. Cindy said, hi. Hey. Frank played good, but look, we almost won with 3 guys out. We just need to take care of home. Exactly. We got to go home, take care of business. Frank did look good. Hopefully he's able to get some minutes going down the stretch in these last couple of games. And even in the playoffs, he looked really good on the floor, and he was very helpful to us. And I thought he can be very helpful to us in other games as well. V Money said Lakers number 1. I mean, Lakers number 7, but congratulations to you guys on your win. Alice said, my condolences to New York. That Knicks is not spelled with an N as the first letter, Alice. LOL. Nick said, big ups to you, Sean. Hey, big ups to y'all once again. Appreciate you guys so much, man. I love y'all individually and as a whole. This is a dream come true. I really enjoy doing this with you guys. I look forward to it all the time, even after losses. It was a painful and brutal loss. I hate having such low energy on camera like this, but I'm glad that y'all are all rocking, that y'all all understand, and that y'all are always here, man. I didn't think that many people would be in this one after because of the time that it was. I felt like everybody was just gonna go to bed, and maybe people will watch tomorrow possibly. But y'all were really rocking. Like, could have been anywhere in the world, could have been asleep, and you were here. So that's greatly appreciated. I love y'all. I hope that never goes like under. Didn't know what word I was looking for, but I hope it's understood. Yeah. On that note, have an excellent night. I'll catch y'all.